And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the 2A Central Regional Tournament, Day 2. We have experienced some rain overnight, last night, and then throughout the morning. And so we originally had a 12 o'clock start, and that, of course, has been moved to a 1 o'clock start for today. And also softball has been pushed back to 2 o'clock. So with that, just giving you the update on the information, the weather information here. I'm Coach Shane Hartzell, and I am joined with my team, Dakota Reed and Mr. Gavin Marsh, who is on graphics. And we will be working to bring you the best live stream that we possibly can today. Let's take a look at today's matchup. We'll look at the visiting team first, which will be the Sloan-Hendrix Greyhounds. And how did the Sloan-Hendrix Greyhounds get here, you might ask? They defeated yesterday, as we look at the bracket, they defeated Bigelow 2-1, and that's how they advanced here. And they will be facing Episcopal today, the Episcopal Collegiate Wildcats from Little Rock, and they advanced by beating the Quitman Bulldogs in the first game, yesterday's opening game at 10 o'clock, and so that is how they both got here. We'll talk about some notable stats from yesterday's game. First, looking at the Sloan-Hendrix lineups here, and then we'll get into some stats. So Sloan-Hendrix, as head coach, is Mr. Winston there, and that is Coach Burton Winston. And here is their roster. 00 is Braxton Wall. Number 1 is Carson Rourke. Number 2 is Joel Hoffman. Number 3 is Corey Dale. And number 4 is Owen Wheeler. Number 5 is Hudson Rorex. Number 7 is Hunter Mitchell. And number 10 is Corey Sullins. Number 13 is Charles Nash. Number 14 is Ethan Pickett. And number 20 is Luke Murphy. Number 21 is Taylor Murphy. Number 23 is Nathan Woolard. Number 25 is Keaton Morgan. And number 30 is Stetson Wall. And number 35 is Bryce Ixcheria. And number 40 is Wilson Dean. And number 50 is Harper Rorex. And rounding it out for the Greyhounds is Braden Cox. And so that is a look here at the visiting team who will be up to bat. That is the Sloan-Hendrix Greyhounds. Now we'll take a look at the Episcopal Collegiate Wildcats, and they are led by head coach Eddie Stevenson, and he is assisted by Adam Hardgrave. We'll look at their lineups here, and on their roster is number 1, Ramsey Jennings. Number 2, Jack Harbor. Number 3, Jacob Tritt. Number 4, Matthew Vanal. Number 7, Jaron Tritt. Number 8, Jack Lubeck. And number 9, Charlie Moore. Number 10, Drew Grumbles. Number 11, Sam Spencer. Number 14, Turner Harbor. Number 21, John Jennings. Number 22, Hunter Grumbles. Number 24, Cole Scrifes. And number 32, Andrew Johnston. And number 34, Thomas Preeb. And that rounds out the Episcopal Wildcats. So we'll talk about a few things yesterday. We'll talk about how Sloan-Hendrix, some notables for them yesterday. Of course, Cole Scribes pitched for them yesterday. He was the starting pitcher, and he had 6 strikeouts against the Quitman Bulldogs, and one of the leading hitters there. Excuse me. Let me go back let's look at Sloan-Hendrix. I apologize, I was on the wrong stat there. So Sloan-Hendrix yesterday pitched Murphy, and he pitched yesterday, and he had 11 strikeouts against Bigelow, and the leading hitter, of course, was the catcher Corey Dale, who led off with a solo home run in the first inning, and that ended up being the difference in the ball game there between the Greyhounds and the Panthers of Bigelow. So now the Episcopal Wildcats, take a look at their stats yesterday. Cole Scribes started on the bump for them today with 6 strikeouts, and the third baseman Ramsey Jennings was 2 for 3 with a walk and 2 singles yesterday. So he led the Wildcats in hitting for the Episcopal Wildcats. So it should be a great matchup here today. We just hope that the weather will hold off here for us today. We have had intermittent showers. Again, it rained last night, and it has been raining heavily this morning and stopped around, I'm going to say, probably between 11:30 completely. And so the crew here, Coach Webb and all the coaching staff, has worked hard to get the fields ready and playable, so that we can get this this regional tournament completed there. So, with that being said, we're going to talk about this tournament itself, and this tournament, of course, is sponsored by the AAA, the Arkansas Activities Association, and I'm going to read the announcement from the AAA. The schools participating in this regional baseball tournament are members of the Arkansas Activities Association as authorized by their school board. The administrators of these schools have helped to write the rules and regulations that govern participation of students in competitive activities for the schools that are members of the AAA. The Arkansas Activities Association, which is sponsoring this regional baseball tournament, is a voluntary, nonprofit educational association of some 500 junior and senior public and private high schools of Arkansas. The regulations which guide these events are adopted by the schools themselves and determine the type of program they believe to be the most desirable for high school youth. The Arkansas Activities Association is one of 50 state organizations that belong to the National Federation of State High School Associations. This association formulates policies, game rules, and standards for inter-school competition. The schools of Arkansas have adopted these rules on eligibility, which correspond to those recommended by the National Federation of State High School Association. So that is from the Arkansas Activities Association, and of course they are the governing body of all the interscholastic athletics here in the state of Arkansas. And with that, we will take a quick break here on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel. We have the meeting between the coaches and exchanging of lineups, and you're watching the 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel. And welcome back to 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament here on the campus of Magnet Cove. And we are about to get underway here shortly. We're going to take a look at the defensive lineup for the home team, the Episcopal Wildcats. Leading it, starting off today on the bump is number 10, Drew Grumbles. He will be the man taking the ball today. And looking at third base will be number 1, Ramsey Johnston, who was 2 for 3 yesterday with 2 singles and a walk. And at shortstop will be number 22, Hunter Grumbles. And at second base, will be number 3, Jacob Tritt. And at first base will be Andrew Johnston, number 32. And in left field will be Jaron Tritt, number 7. And behind the plate, of course, I forgot to mention, is number 34, Thomas Pierre. And in center field will be the man who pitched yesterday, and that is Cole Scrifes. And in right field will be for the Episcopal Wildcats, will be, as I'm looking here in right field, Jaron Tritt is in left field, and Jack Harbor, number 2. And leading it off is for the Sloan-Hendrix is Corey Dial, who led off yesterday's game against Bigelow with a home run. So we'll see here. And we are underway. First pitch is a call ball, high. And second pitch is on the bat, but the second baseman is going to be able to make a play on that. And that is Jacob Tritt, number 3, who gets the put out for the F4, and that is the first out. So that will bring up the shortstop, number 50, Harper Rorex, for the Greyhounds. That delivers. And first pitch is a called ball. Grumbles winds up, delivers, and that's going to sail high for ball 2. So 2-0 is your count. Grumbles delivers and finds the strike zone there. So 2 balls, 1 strike is the count on Rorich, the shortstop for the Greyhounds. And that one's going to be hit, but it's going to be played well by the third baseman. That is number 1 for the Wildcats, and that's Ramsey Johnston with the 5-3 put out on Harper Rorex, and that is the second out. So down have gone the first 2 batters. They have put the ball in play, but has been solid Wildcat defense for Episcopal. And Wilson Dean, the second baseman, swings and misses on the first pitch. And Drew Grumbles winds up and delivers, and that one's going to be fouled off. So Dean finds himself quickly in the hole, 0-2. And let's see if Drew Grumbles comes right at him, number 10 for the Wildcats. He is getting his signal from his coach there. And let's see if he wants him to chase. And that curveball is not going to break in time and will hit Dean, the second baseman. And so he will reach via hit by pitch for the first base runner of this contest. And that will bring up Ethan Pickett, 14, the first baseman. And that one runs a little outside for a called ball. Dean stays put at first. Grumbles checks. Catcher thinks about the snap throw to first, but thinks better of it. Does Pierre, number 34, the catcher for the Wildcats. So 2 balls, no strikes is your count. And that is a swing and a miss. So 2 balls and 1 strike is your count. And the delivery, and that one sails just outside on Pickett. So Pickett, the first baseman, with hitter's leverage count here. 3 balls, 1 strike. Grumbles delivers, and that one catches the outside corner to run the count at full with 2 outs and 1 on. And Drew Grumbles delivers, and that one is going to be fouled out of play, so we will do it again here. And Grumbles looks the runner back and throws back to first. And Johnston applies the tag, but he is safe. And the runner is gone. And not before the strikeout by Pickett looking. So down go the Greyhounds, 1, 2, and 4 hitters. And with that, we will take a quick break here on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel. You're watching 2A Central Regional Tournament from the campus of Magnet Cove, sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association. We'll be back in just a few moments.
If you're looking for a hidden gem while traveling down Arkansas Highway 51, then Panther Pass Grocery and Gas is your one-stop destination. The Panther Pass is more than just your typical local grocery and gas station. It also has a full cafe menu with delicious, mouth-watering food that will satisfy any type of appetite. The Panther Pass is also a proud supporter of the Magnet Cove School District and a community partner with the Magnet Cove High School East. The Panther Pass is located at 2214 Highway 51, Magnet Cove, Arkansas.
And we're back here at the 2A Central Regional Tournament, and in the bottom of the first inning, leading it off for the Episcopal Wildcats will be the center fielder, Cole Scrives. And today on the bump is Hudson Rorex for the Greyhounds, and Scrives starts off with the ball. 1-0 is your count. The pitch, and that one is going to be outside. And the delivery, and that one finds the strike zone. So 2 balls and 1 strike. for Hudson Rorex, number 5. And that one's going to miss low. So your count is now 3 balls, 1 strike. And the delivery. And that one's going to just miss the outside. And so the leadoff is aboard for the Wildcats on a base on balls. And that will bring up the pitcher, number 10, Drew Grumbles here for the Wildcats. The delivery, and that one's going to be popped up, but it will be out of play. So 0-1 is your count. The catcher, Corey Dial, adjusting his defense based on what he sees here from number 10, Drew Grumbles. And that one's going to be popped up into right field, and the play will be made by, excuse me, the right fielder for the Greyhounds, and that is number 1, Carson Rourke, who made several plays out there yesterday. So he retires the second batter, Grumbles, the pitcher. And that will bring up the first baseman, the lefty, Andrew Johnston, with a runner on first and 1 out. And a big swing, and he swings through it for a called strike 1. And the delivery by Hudson Rorex, number 5, is a called strike. So quickly down, the first baseman, Johnston, is down 0-2. Let's see what Rorex decides to do here. Works that outside corner and snap throw back by Dial, the catcher, but the runner gets back in time. So 1 ball, 2 strikes is your count. Rorex sets, delivers, and that one's going to be just outside for call ball 2. So that evens up the count on Johnston, the first baseman for the Wildcats. 2-2 is your count with 1 out and a runner on first. The delivery, and that one is going to be hit sharp, and that one's going to be over the head of the right fielder. And coach is waving them around, and he is going to get him out, and that is going to be a put out by the catcher on Scrives. So that was a sharp hit ball there by the first baseman, Johnston, into right field, and he will be there with the stand-up double. And Scrives, the center fielder, who led off with a walk, tries to come in and score, but is thrown out doing so. So that will be the second out. And that one's hit on the ground to the shortstop. Routine throw for the 6-3. So that is Harper Rorex, I'm assuming the brother of the pitcher. And so that's a 6-3 by Johnston. And that is the third out. And with that, your score in going into the top of the second inning is the Sloan-Hendrix Greyhounds 0 and the Episcopal Wildcats 0 as well. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back here for more 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament action sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel.
Y gracias por ver esta producción de Magnet Cove East. Es 5 de Mayo in Arkansas.
And that is a happy Cinco de Mayo for all of those out there watching from the 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament in Magnet Cove. Leading it off for the Greyhounds is number 20. And that is Luke Murphy. And he is quickly down. Murphy quickly finds himself down. The third baseman down 0-2. 0 balls, 2 strikes. And that one's going to miss just outside. So 1 ball, 2 strikes is your count. And down goes Murphy on strikes. And that will be the first out here. And that will bring up the pitcher, number 5, Hudson Rorex. And first pitch hits the outside corner for a called strike. So 0-1 is your count. Grumbles delivers and gets Hudson Rorex to swing at the second pitch. So he finds himself quickly down 0-2 with 1 out for the Greyhounds. And that one just misses inside. The delivery, and that one misses outside. So that evens up the count at 2-2. And the delivery. And that one catches, and he freezes him looking there, and that will be the second out. And that will bring up the center fielder, Braden Wall, number 00. So 2 outs, no runners on for the Greyhounds. And that one is going to be fouled off, and it will be strike 1. So number 10, Drew Grumbles, has had pinpoint control here and has been working ahead in the counts and starts this one off the same, 0-1. And Grumbles winds up, delivers, and the curveball does not quite break fast enough, so just misses on the inside for a called ball. So 1-1 is your count on Wall, the center fielder for the Greyhounds. The Greyhounds looking to get something going here in the top of the second. And he freezes him there on another strike. So 1 ball, 2 strikes is your count. And that one just misses. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here on the center fielder, Braden Wall. Drew Grumbles looking to do quick work here. And that one's hit straight back up the middle, and that is going to find its way into center field for a for a single there. And so that one is poked right back up the middle to center field for a single, and Braden Wall, the center fielder, is on aboard with a single to center field. And that will bring up the right fielder, Carson Rourke. He delivers, and the runner's going. And the throw misses, but a great job by the second baseman to back up the throw there. So Wall swipes the bag there, takes second base, and the count is 0-1. So 0-1 is your count. Runner on second, and he squares to bunt. And the right fielder, Carson Rourke, quickly finds himself down. 0-2 in the count. So with a runner in scoring position. Just got a quick note here that softball has been moved to 3 o'clock this afternoon. And that one is going to be fouled and tipped as well. So Rourke stays alive. Again, we have had intermittent showers here last night and this morning in the Magnet Cove, Malvern area. And as you all know, and especially in softball, they play on an all-dirt infield. So it's taking some time. They have been working tirelessly over there trying to get the softball field ready to play so they can resume the 2A Central Regional Softball Tournament held here at Magnet Cove. And he misses with that one, and he is getting ready to steal, and he is going to get him. So Wall, who strolls second, not as successful on the second try, and he is thrown out by the catcher. That is a 1-5 put out. And with that, we will take a break here. You're watching 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel, sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association. And we're back here at Panther Baseball Field for the 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament, Game 1 of the semifinals. And up to bat for the Episcopal Wildcats is the shortstop, number 22, Hunter Grumbles. And Rourke's first pitch misses outside for a call ball, so 1-0 is your count. Second pitch just misses. So 2 balls, no strikes is your count. Rourke delivers, and that is going to be a called strike at the heart of the plate. And the delivery, and that's going to be a chopper, but the second baseman is going to be able to make a play, and he does. And that was number 40 for the Wildcats, Wilson Dean, the 4-3 put out on Hunter Grumbles, and that is the first out in the bottom of the second inning. And that will bring up the second baseman, Jacob Tritt. That one is hit, but right to the first baseman, Pickett, there for the Greyhounds. of Sloan-Hendrix. And quickly down. That line drive. And that's the second out. And that brings up Sam Spencer, the designated hitter, number 11. And that one misses just low. So 1 ball, no strikes. Start your count. And that one's going to be hit to the second baseman again. And he quickly down go the Episcopal Wildcats there with number 5, 6, and 7 hitters are retired. And that retires the side. And with that, the Sloan-Hendrix Greyhounds will be up to bat. We're going to take a quick break here on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel. You're watching 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament at Magnet Cove, sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association.
If you're looking for a hidden gem while traveling down Arkansas Highway 51, then Panther Pass Grocery and Gas is your one-stop destination. The Panther Pass is more than just your typical local grocery and gas station. It also has a full cafe menu with delicious mouth-watering food that will satisfy any type of appetite. The Panther Pass is also a proud supporter of the Magnet Cove School District and a community partner with the Magnet Cove High School East. The Panther Pass is located at 2214 Highway 51, Magnet Cove, Arkansas.
And we're back here at the Panther baseball field, resuming action here in the top of the third, and leading it off for the Greyhounds is the right fielder, Carson Rourke. And that one is going to be popped up and out of play. So 0-1 is your count. Rourke was up to bat a moment ago when an attempted steal by Wall was a put out, or he was thrown out by the catcher, and a swing and miss, and quickly Rourke, the right fielder, finds himself down 0-2 for the Greyhounds. And that ball sails high, and Carson Rourke, so that will be a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes is your count. And he stays alive with fouling that one off. And Drew Grumbles here is working ahead in the count. And the delivery. And two and two is your count. And Rourke goes down on swinging on strikes. And that will be the first out in the top of the third inning. And that will bring up the left fielder, Corey Sullen, to the plate, his first at bat. And that one catches the outside corner. So 0-1 is your count there. And the delivery by Grumbles, and that is a check swing, but needless to say, it is fouled off, and quickly Corey Sullen finds himself down 0-2. And that one just misses low and away. So 1-2 is your count to the left fielder, Corey Sullen. And that one's going to be fisted, but hit the shortstop, number 22, for the Wildcats, is going to make the play there, and that is Hunter Grumbles. I'm assuming the brother of the pitcher, Drew Grumbles. So, brothers probably appreciates him getting that out there. And that one's hit to the shortstop. And that was the leadoff, and the catcher there who grounds out to the short for the 6-3 put out. And so down go the Greyhounds of Sloan-Hendrix, 8-9-1. And with that, we'll take a quick break here on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel. You're watching 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament, sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association. We'll be back in just a moment. And we're back here at the Panther baseball field for this first semifinal game here. The score is still 0-0. No one has drawn first bud. And up for the Episcopal Wildcats is the right fielder, Jack Harbor, number 2. Rorix delivers and starts him off with a strike. He delivers. And that one misses just outside. So 1-1 is your count. Make that 2-1, 2 balls, 1 strike. On the right fielder, Harbor, the delivery, and that one is going to be popped sky high. And the first baseman is going to make a play in foul territory, and that is Ethan Pickett, who makes the play. And so that will retire the right fielder, Jack Harbor. For the first out, and that will bring up the catcher, Thomas Pierre, number 34, and Rorix catches the outside corner for a called strike 1. And the delivery. And that one is going to be hit, but it's going to hang up in the air, and that was the center fielder for the Greyhounds. And that was, on the defensive stop, that was Braden Wall out there who made the play. So back to the leadoff. And first call is a strike. So 2 away. And Scrifes starts And Scrice got on base via a base on balls in his first at-bat. He walked. And that one's going to be fouled off. And so 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count on Cole Scrifes, the center fielder for the Wildcats. The delivery by Rorex, that one misses just outside, so that evens up the count at 2-2. And that is going to hit him there, so Scrice will reach first base again, this time hit by a pitch. And so the Wildcats, with 2 outs, now have a runner on first. And that will bring up the pitcher, Drew Grumbles, number 10. And Scrifes is going to walk it off for just a moment. Time has been called. And that curveball just did not break down into the zone by Rorex. Wasn't intentional by any means. And we are back in action here. Grumble digs back into the batter's box. Rorex sets, and that one's going to be popped up sky high with 2 outs to the second baseman. Is going to make the play on that for the Greyhounds, and that was Wilson Dean. Wilson Dean makes the play, and the fly to the number 4 position. So, with that, and that is the 3rd out, and we will take a quick break here on the Magnet Cove High East YouTube channel. You're watching 2A Central Regional Baseball, sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association. We'll be back in just a moment. And we're back here at the Panther baseball field, and up for the Greyhounds, the Sloan-Hendrix Greyhounds, is number 50, the shortstop, Harper Rorex. And Harper grounded out to the third base in a 5-3 play in his first at-bat. So looking for that first hit. And first pitch is a called strike. 0-1 is the count. And Drew Grumbles has been working ahead pretty much all game. We're in the top of the 4th here. And the delivery. And that one just misses the curveball by Drew Grumbles. So 1-1 is your count. 1 ball, 1 strike on Rorex, the shortstop. And that one sails just a bit high. So 2-1 is your count. 2 balls and 1 strike is your count. And that is a called strike on the outside corner. So 2-2 is your count. The delivery, and he swings and misses. So down goes Harper Rorex on that. And that will bring up the second baseman, Wilson Dean. Delivers over the first baseman's head. That's Johnson's head into right field. And the right fielder gets it in quickly. And so Wilson Dean, the second baseman, is aboard via hit into right field. And we're going to have a courtesy runner, that is number 7, Hunter Mitchell, coming in to courtesy run for Wilson Dean. And that will bring up the first baseman, Ethan Pickett. And that one misses just high for a called ball. And that evens up the count at 1-1, a swing and a miss by the first baseman Pickett with a runner on first. And one out. 1-1 is your count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Grumbles looks and delivers, but that one's going to be outside. So 2-1 is your count. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the delivery and a swing and a miss, and that will even up the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes is your count on the first baseman, Ethan Pickett, with a runner on first and 1 away. And the delivery, and that is going to, he will go down on strikes by swinging, and that is the second out. And that is the second strikeout for Ethan Pickett. And that will bring up the third baseman, Luke Murphy, who struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Runner is pushed back by Grumbles. And the delivery, and the runner is going. And that he is going to get him. So the courtesy runner, Hunter Mitchell, is going to be thrown out at second. And with that, we will take a quick break on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel. You're watching 2A Central Regional Baseball, sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association. We'll be back in just a moment. And we're back here. Had a couple of technical difficulties in a business we had to attend to there, and so apologize for that. The count is 3-2. It's full on number 1, and that is Carson Rourke for the Wildcats, and he's going to walk him. So with 1 away, and that brings up number 22. And that is going to be a called strike on the outside corner. And that one's going to be hit, and that one's going to be trouble. But the right fielder makes a great read on the ball and comes charging in. So that is Carson Rourke who made the play there on Grumbles in shallow right field. So there are 2 away here. And that brings up number 3, Jacob Tritt. He checks the runner. Checking Ramsey. And almost gets him there. Just misses him. Close play there. So 1 ball, no strikes is the count. And checks him again. So that one is a called strike. On number 3, Jacob Tritt. So 1 ball, 1 strike is the count with 2 away, and the runner is going. And he is going to be safe. So Johnston will be safe on the stolen base. And now the Wildcats have a runner in scoring position. Rourke delivers. And snap throwback from Dale. Checking that runner. Ramsey Johnston, the third baseman for the Wildcats. The delivery by Rorex. And he will take a walk down to first base on a base on balls. So we got runners at first and second. And that brings up the designated hitter who grounded out in a 4-3. So he's 0 for 1. And that one is going to fall in the gap. And on his horse, Johnston will score number 1. And the runner, so that one is going to be hit in the gap between center and right field. The designated hitter is aboard with a single. And that moves Tritt to third. So runners at the corners with 2 outs. And the Wildcats finally draw first blood here in the bottom of the 4th, and with a lead of 1-0. The delivery, and that one is going to be fouled off by number 2, Jack Harbor. So 0-1 is your count. And that one catches the outside corner. And he gets him there on the strikeout. So runners left stranded at the corners there, but the Episcopal Wildcats do manage to get one run in, and they take the lead 1-0, and we will be going into the top of the fifth when we return to the 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel.
If you're looking for a hidden gem while traveling down Arkansas Highway 51, then Panther Pass Grocery and Gas is your one-stop destination. The Panther Pass is more than just your typical local grocery and gas station. It also has a full cafe menu with delicious, mouth-watering food that will satisfy any type of appetite. The Panther Pass is also a proud supporter of the Magnet Cove School District and a community partner with the Magnet Cove High School East. The Panther Pass is located at 2214 Highway 51, Magnet Cove, Arkansas.
And we're back here at the 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association. And we are in the top of the fifth inning, and leading it off for the Greyhounds will be the third baseman, Luke Murphy, who struck out swinging and has first at bats. And first pitch is a called strike. And second pitch is a called strike. And the delivery. And he breaks the curveball off and freezes up Murphy for a called third strike. So that Murphy goes down looking. And that brings up number 5, the pitcher, Hudson Rorex. And that starts him off with a ball. So 1-0 is your count on the pitcher for the Greyhounds, Hudson Rorex. And that one is going to be chopped, but it's going to look like it's going to be touch foul down the third base line. So 1-1 is the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the delivery by Grumbles, and it's a swing and a miss. So 1-2 is your count. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count with 1 out, no runners on. And the delivery, and that one is going to be hit to the second baseman, and that he will get the 4-3 put out there, and that is Jacob Tritt, number 3, with the 4-3 put out. For the second out, and that will bring up Braden Wall. Who struck out swinging in his last at bat, and he will be hit by a pitch. And he will be aboard with 2 outs. And that will bring up Carson Rourke. And looks like we have time called, and Coach Winston is going to be making a substitution here. And so I believe, as I heard that, it is going to be number 30 will be in for Carson Rourke. And that is going to be a called strike on the pinch hitter. Number 30, Stetson Wall. And the delivery. And that one is going to be hit in the gap. The left fielder. And quickly the left fielder gets it in to his cutoff. And so number 30, Stetson Wall, comes up with a big, huge double hit for the Greyhounds, and they have two in scoring position with 2 outs. And that will bring up the number 9 hitter, the left fielder, Corey Sullen. Who hit a line drive to the shortstop. He squares to bunt, but pulls it back, and that is going to be a called ball. And number 1, Carson Rourke, will re-enter the ball game. So 1 ball, no strikes is the count. Runners at second and third with 2 away, and they've got the move back, and Rourke, who just re-entered, does get back in time. And the delivery. That one is going to be fouled, and that will even up the count at 1-1 on Sullen. And the delivery, and that is going to be a swing and a miss. So 1 ball, 2 strikes is your count with 2 away. Drew Grumbles the pitcher looking to get out of this one with minimal damage. And he does so, freezes Sullen with a strikeout looking. And so that the Greyhounds strand 2 in scoring positions at second and third. And when we come back, we will be in the bottom of the 5th inning with the Episcopal Wildcats up to bat. You are watching 2A Central Regional Baseball coverage here from the campus of Magnet Cove on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel and sponsored by the AAA. We will be back here in just a moment. And we're back here at the 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament, and up to bat for the Wildcats is the catcher, number 34, Thomas Pierre. And he flied out to center field, his last at bat. And he starts off with a strike. So has been pretty much a pitcher's duel today, this afternoon, here in the first of one of two semifinal games for today. And it's down 0-2, and that one runs outside. So the count is 1-2 to the catcher, Thomas Pierre, number 34 of the Episcopal Wildcats. Rorax delivers, and that will even up the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that the swing and miss, and down goes the catcher with a strikeout, and that is the first out. And that will bring up the top of the order, the center fielder, Cole Scrifes, who was thrown out at the plate who got aboard and was thrown out in the inning. And starts off with a called strike. And he was hit by a pitch the last at bat. So 1-1 is your count. 1 ball, 1 strike. The delivery. And that one is going to be hit. But it looks like the right fielder, Rourke, is going to be there to make the play. That's Carson Rourke, who has been a solid all in the last 2 days in right field, patrolling that position there. And that will bring up the pitcher, number 10, Drew Grumbles. And he starts off with a ball. 1 ball, no strikes is your count. And that one is going to be hit, and the center fielder but that one's going to hit the power alley, the MC out there in right center field. And he will be there aboard. Grumbles will be aboard with a double, with a hit in the power alley there in right center. And so with 2 outs, we have a runner in scoring position for the Wildcats. And that will bring up Andrew Johnston. The first baseman for the Wildcats. And the runner's going, and their hit and run is on. But not before the play is made by number 14, the first baseman, Pickett, for the Sloan-Hendrix Greyhounds. And so that is a 3 unassisted on Johnson there for the 3rd out. And with that, we will go to the top of the 6th inning, and we'll take a quick break here from 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament, sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel. And we're back here on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel with 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament. Leading it off for the Greyhounds will be Corey Dow, the catcher, number 3. And he has 0 for 2 today. He homered in yesterday's first game with a leadoff home run. So we'll see if he can get on track here to tie this one up. And see his swing and a miss. 0-1 is your count. Dow is a 0 for 2 on the day. Grumbles delivers, and that is a called strike. So Dow quickly finds himself down quickly in the count. And Dale turns on that one, but it is going to be fouled out of play. All right, so 0-2 is your count. Drew Grumbles, the pitcher, checking the call from his pitching coach. The delivery. And he did, but it's going to be dropped. But up will come the catcher firing, and he gets the out on the drop strike. So that will bring up the shortstop, Harper Roex, for the Greyhounds. And he starts off with a ball. So 1-0 is your count with 1 away. The delivery. And that one is just outside. So 2-0 is your count on number 50, Harper Roex, the shortstop. And the pitch, the delivery, and that is going to be a called strike. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 away. The delivery, and that one is going to be popped sky high. Right fielder is calling everyone off, but misses the ball there. That was number 2 for the Episcopal Wildcats. That was Jack Harbor, who just misses the foul ball. So the count is 2-2 with 1 away. The pitch, and he gets him swinging. So down goes Harper Roex, the shortstop, for the second out in the top of the 6th inning. And that will bring up Wilson Dean, who had a stand-up double in his last at-bat. And that curveball is going to be in for a called strike. So 0-1 is your count. And the delivery, and that one's going to be hit, but right to the second baseman, and that will be a 4-3 put out there by Jacob Tritt. And with that, down go the Greyhounds in the top of the 6th, 1, 2, and 3. And with that, we will take a quick break. You're watching the 2A Central Baseball Regional Tournament, sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association, on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel.
If you're looking for a hidden gem while traveling down Arkansas Highway 51, then Panther Pass Grocery and Gas is your one-stop destination. The Panther Pass is more than just your typical local grocery and gas station. It also has a full cafe menu with delicious, mouth-watering food that will satisfy any type of appetite. The Panther Pass is also a proud supporter of the Magnet Cove School District and a community partner with the Magnet Cove High School East. The Panther Pass is located at 2214 Highway 51, Magnet Cove, Arkansas.
And we're back here for the bottom of the 6th inning in the first semifinal game of the 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament. And leading it off for the Episcopal Wildcats will be the third baseman, Ramsey Johnston, who in his last at bat, and that one's going to be hit, and that one is going to be in over the head of the center fielder and in the gap. And so leading it off for the Wildcats with a double will be Ramsey Johnson, the third baseman. And with that, Coach Winston wants to talk with his pitcher and his infield. And that looks like that's going to be Rorix's day for the Greyhounds of Sloan-Hendrix, and he has pitched a great game. So Hudson Rorix and it looks like number 40 will be coming in, and that is Wilson Dean, who was at second base. And with that, we will take a quick break here, and as the pitcher warms up here, that will be Wilson Dean, and we'll be back here for more action on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel. You're watching 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament, sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association. We'll be back. And we're back here, and we have a change in pitchers. And Hunter Grumbles, the shortstop, is still up, and he squares to bunt, but misses, and so that will be a called strike. The second baseman, Wilson Dean, and so the pitcher, Hudson Rorix and Wilson Dean switch defensive positions. And he squares to bunt again and gets it down, but it will be rolled foul. So quickly down, 0-2 in the count is number 22, Hunter Grumbles. And he delivers and swings and misses, but the pitch gets away. But Dale still managed to pick it up and make the play at first on Grumbles. So drop third strike. And that is one away for the Greyhounds of Sloan-Hendrix. And that will bring up the second baseman, Jacob Tritt, to the plate. And Jacob Tritt reached on a base on balls. Last at bat. And that one's going to be low and away. And, oh, wow. The catcher turns and fires to Murphy as that was Ramsey Johnson who was tardy getting back, and they picked him off there. So that is a put out by the catcher, the 1-5 put out, and there are 2 down. So 2 balls, no strikes is the count. The delivery, and that is going to miss just outside. So 30 is the count. And so Dean will walk Tritt, the second baseman for the Wildcats. So we have another runner on a base on balls. Jacob Tritt arrives, and that will bring up the designated hitter, number 11, Sam Spencer. And the ball misses just outside. So 1-0 is your count. 2 away, runner on first. 1-0 is the count. Dean delivers. And 2-0 is your count. 2 balls, no strikes. The delivery and snap throw back. And Tritt does make it back. And delivery. Caught the outside corner. So for a strike, 3 balls, 1 strike. The delivery. And that one is going to be chopped to the third baseman. And he is going to take the throw. Murphy will complete the 5-3 put out for the third out. And down go the Episcopal Wildcats in the bottom of the 6th. And we will be coming back here for an exciting inning, the 7th. The Sloan-Hendrix Greyhounds must score 1 to take this one into extra innings. And if they want to remain in this ball game, they must score at least 1. So we'll take a quick break here from the 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament here, sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel.
If you're looking for a hidden gem while traveling down Arkansas Highway 51, then Panther Pass Grocery and Gas is your one-stop destination. The Panther Pass is more than just your typical local grocery and gas station. It also has a full cafe menu with delicious mouth-watering food that will satisfy any type of appetite. The Panther Pass is also a proud supporter of the Magnet Cove School District and a community partner with the Magnet Cove High School East. The Panther Pass is located at 2214 Highway 51, Magnet Cove, Arkansas.
And we're back here at the top of the 7th. Leading it off will be the first baseman, Ethan Pickett, for the Greyhounds. Pickett is 0 for 2 on the day, looking for his first hit. And that one caught the outside corner for a called strike, so 0-1 is your count. And that one is going to be hit to the second baseman. And that the play will be made, the 4-3 by Tritt, Jacob Tritt, number 3, for the first out. And on Pickett, and that is the first out. So Murphy will be up to bat, and he is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. with 1 away. Sloan-Hendrix down to, and that's going to get Murphy, who will be aboard by a hit pitch. And we have a runner on first. And up to bat will be Hudson Rorix, who was back on second base after coming out from the pitching. And Grumbles looks the runner back. And that one is going to be chopped to the shortstop, and he is going to come up and make the play. That was number 22 for the Wildcats. And that, again, was Hunter Grumbles helping his brother out there, if these two are brothers, which I'm assuming they are. Again, with the 6-3 put out. So that is 2 away, and that will bring up the center fielder, Braden Wall, with 2 away. A runner on the tying run on second, and the go-ahead run at the plate. And that's a swing and a miss. And the appeal down to the first base umpire, and he said he did not go. So 1-1 is the count on Braden Wall, the center fielder for the Sloan-Hendrix Greyhounds. Again, 2 out, runner in scoring position. And that one is going to be hit, and the third baseman is going to step and throw, and that will be the ball game. That play was made by Ramsey Johnston, the third baseman. So the 5-3 put out there will end it for the third out, and the Episcopal Wildcats will come out victorious in this first semifinal game here against the Sloan-Hendrix Greyhounds. What a great game, a pitcher's duel in both of these games. The pitchers match up here. We'll take a quick break here and come back and have some final stats for you here from this game, the first of 2 semifinal games today. So we'll take a quick break from the 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament, sponsored by the AAA here on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel. And we're back here at on for talk to wrap it up with the game, the first semifinal game between the Sloan-Hendrix Greyhounds and the Episcopal Wildcats. Again, the Episcopal Wildcats will advance to the championship game tomorrow in the winners bracket. And some final stats on the day. So Harper Rorex, who was, Hudson Rorex, who started today, had 5 strikeouts, and but the pitcher Drew Grumbles, number 10 for the Episcopal Wildcats, had 9 strikeouts, and so the difference was a timely hit, and they advanced the runner from second to third and scored, and that ended up being the difference in the ball game with the RBI. So a tight game. The score was 1-0, with the Episcopal Wildcats coming out victorious over the Sloan-Hendrix Greyhounds. And with that, we'll wrap up this game, and we will take a break here and be on our next live stream. We'll be back on the air here in about 20 to 30 minutes for Game 2 to determine who will be the other team in the championship. And the next game will be between the Cedar Ridge Timberwolves, who defeated the Magnet Cove Panthers here yesterday, and then the Poen Indians, who defeated the Southside B Branch Hornets yesterday. So with that, we'll sign off, and we will start our next live stream. And here in 20 to 30 minutes, you have been watching 2A Central Regional Baseball Tournament here on the Magnet Cove High School East YouTube channel, sponsored by the Arkansas Activities Association. This is Coach Shane Hartzell signing off.